drive, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Check, Hunt. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Crunch time, defense.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Bell, of course, three-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Bring it. Bring it.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
It's a big run that time by Bell. 41 yards.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the 1st.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Bilal Powell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Running out of the gun, Collins. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They'll try run forward with Collins. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Bell a first down and then some. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Here we go, son. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Watch the pass.
Now it's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise if this would come up short.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch. Let's go, G. Check, rabbit.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
Let's go. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Darnold. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Darnold completes to Bell. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Come on.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him.
Here we go. Set. 15 running. 15 running. Come on, boy. You better be touchdown.
Here's a first down run with Collins.
Go, 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 run!
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Alex Collins, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Darnold throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Darnold from the gun, caught here by Bell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Darnold now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
It's a gain of 10.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now Bell stopped up behind the line as he's going to wind up losing a couple here. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. He gets it to Thomas. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That one good for 37 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there.
General West.
Off of play action, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Bell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. From the 31. Darnold into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Anderson loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Bridgewater. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now here's a screen play left side. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch the whip.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
All day, dog.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
We're ready. Number 57. I'm not ready.
First down, Bridgewater. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Let's go.
Back to throw, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Here's Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll run on first down. It's Collins, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And again, it's Collins. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw is Darnold. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On first down, Bell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run on first down. It's Powell. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Jets.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. All day, baby. Big air, big air, big air.
Throwing on second down, Bridgewater, and a completion to Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
57. Rip right, rip right. Go, go. We got double up, double up.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And 21 yards there as they convert on third. Now Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down.
First down, New York.
Check it back, check it back. Greystone, Travis.
Darnold on first down. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Caught here by Griffin. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Throwing again on second down. Darnold, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2. Again, Darnold, and this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Collins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On first, they go right back to Collins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Okay, ready. 57's low. Not today, you are. Not today. Ready, go.
Here's Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now Bridgewater. And this is caught. It's Parker. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Bridgewater to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And look at this. It's a fake. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Darnold. Incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Big stop, let's go.
Darnold. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
First down, Jets.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Darnold from the red zone now. This is caught. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it's Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another shot from the one on second and goal.
Here we go, D.
Darnold. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Touchdown, Jets.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On set, 54. Mike 54. Focus, defense, focus.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
You got nothing.
Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Miami, it's a nice win to finish off what's been an ugly first half as they move to 2-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what?